Hello, everyone, and welcome to the semifinals of the GeoGuessr World Cup. We're in the penultimate week, and after 2 weeks apart, we're together again. Paschtetli, how are you today?
I am doing great, and I'm really happy that we found time to record the semifinals together. It's been a while, so yeah, I'm excited to record this today. I hope you are as well.
Yeah, well, we're nearing the end, so these are some of the more high stakes games we have on here. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Tall Impala's perspective in his game against Lord Pepsi. Uh, Tall is representing Belgium, and Lord Pepsi is representing Montenegro. So yeah, before we get into the game, who are you supporting in this game?
My initial thought was Tall Impala, but I think Lord Pepsi has been doing very good this season so far. I think he'll be a challenge for Tall Impala for sure. Also, that Belgium might be the easier map than Montenegro, so Lord Pepsi has a map advantage. It of course depends on how much they both are gonna practice, as always.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think it's gonna be really equal. But I'd say Tall is gonna win.
Okay, well, let's see how that goes, and yeah, let's go in here. And okay, so this is Montenegro.
Yes, this is the first
Yeah.
seed, correct? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I had to make
Um,
sure I knew which country this was.
I mean, Belgium and Montenegro do not look very alike.
Yeah, and we have the mountains in the
So
distance. That could not be Belgium.
not really, no.
I'll tell you that much. Uh, but yeah, this kind of looks like the generic sort of Montenegrin landscape. Red roofed houses, and then these kinds of roads going through them. Uh,
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
have signs.
My landscape guess would be like in the Podgorica area,
Yeah,
south of Podgorica, where he's
that
zooming in right now.
and that's correct. He's found one of the towns, Tutsi,
Oh
in
yeah,
there,
Tusi.
and he's looking for Vranje, which is actually south of it. So yeah, he's found those two, and looks like he may have found a junction as well.
Yeah,
So yeah, gonna be a very quick round from Tall. He's pretty much at the right
indeed,
junction,
yes.
just pinpointing.
Which is not that hard.
Yes.
But Montenegro is one of the countries that the map's not always very accurate, and we don't have street names again, so
Mm-hmm.
that makes it harder to be sure. But it seems like he's correct.
Yeah. And since it's a small country, you do need to be pretty close with your pinpoint. Um, the limit's gonna be 25
Yes.
meters, but you gotta make that distance. And okay,
Not sure what he did there. I'm not sure if he Googled or what. I hope not, but I don't think so. I trust
maybe
him
just
enough
changing
to
his
say he
playlist.
didn't. But
Maybe he just had music and he's
could
changing the
be, could be.
playlist. Yeah. Uh, Going the other way to confirm. I'm not sure what he's trying to confirm. Uh, but he has 30 seconds to go. He's got the right location. He's just confirming it. Maybe he's looking for this actually, and yeah, that was a fairly
Yes.
restrictive road to the west, and yeah, that's going to be a 5K, just 8 meters away.
And there's Thor's in front, yeah, of Lord Pepsi right now. Lord Pepsi, as we can see in the top of the screen, didn't quite
Mhm.
find it in time. Maybe he went the other way, or yeah, missed
Mm.
the signs, or I don't know. But he didn't quite manage to pinpoint it in time.
Yeah, as you can see, Lord Pepsi dropping about 400. points on that round. Again, probably not the start he wanted in his home country. Uh, but yeah, it's not the end of the world right there. He did get pretty close, to be honest.
Yes, 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 he did.
Okay then. Uh, I guess it's let's see that. In round two, this one, well, we are definitely much closer to the mountains. We are right at the base of some pretty big ones.
Yes, definitely. Which can mean two things, right? Because there are like two major mountain ranges in Montenegro. One is
Mm-hmm.
the coastal one, and the one is a bit further back in the country. As Lord Pepsi himself told me that these two mountain ranges are pretty distinctive, distinct, pretty distinctive. If you, if you don't know them a little, he can pretty much in one side distinguish them.
Yeah.
Uh, Toll probably can't, but yeah, we'll
We
see if he finds enough information.
yeah. But yeah, that's one of the things in which Lord Pepsi would have a real advantage, especially if, even though they're in a town for this round, um, you don't see too many signs very often. So yeah, without any signs to really tell them where they might be, it could come down to just a landscape guess, even in a town like this.
Yes, indeed, yeah. Montenegro is not famous for having good signs.
Yeah.
Pretty much luck based if you can't find anything.
Mm-hmm. There's a sign there, but Tall is just gonna go past it. Maybe decided it wasn't gonna be informative enough. I guess. Not sure
If
what he's
he
looking at the
uh,
sky
if
for.
he noticed, maybe he's looking for rifts. Maybe he knows which areas have rifts and which don't. But I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure if that's a meta to go off of.
Yeah. But yeah, so far, no signs really to tell Toll where he might be. He has just a minute to go, and it's not looking too great at the moment. Oh, but is that
There's an area
useful?
code.
Yeah,
I have no idea. He's
069.
zooming in on something,
He's going to
so
this.
probably it is.
Okay, he's going near Koto. I think he thinks he's near the southern mountain range, but not sure where within that
Yeah,
range. Uh,
I think he has chosen one mountain range for sure. Maybe the area codes is like one is for the south, general south area. One is for Podgorica. One is
mhm.
for the rest. I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
there are different codes for provinces. Maybe he's just landscape guessing at all and not using the area codes because it isn't the one. I have no idea.
Mhm. But yeah, time's gonna run out, and uh,
Shouldn't have changed.
yeah, Lord Pepsi, as we can see, 5K that round. Tall, only 118 points, so yeah, he's all but squandered the lead he had in the first round.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Um. Yeah. If he wouldn't have changed his pin to Podgorica area,
Mm-hmm.
he would have maybe still be closer or not. He wouldn't be in front probably.
Mm-hmm.
Would still have been too far away, but he would certainly it would certainly be closer, which is always nice. But yeah,
Yeah. I think his spin was actually up in Kotor. He was looking around the area north of the actual location, but yeah, he had to spin in Kotor, so maybe not. He might have lost
okay.
even more points, to be honest.
Didn't I didn't pay too much attention
Hmm.
where exactly his pin was, but
Okay, and round
um
three, it's a big highway by Montenegrin standards.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, could pretty much be not anywhere, but in the mountains. The mountains take most of the country, and so it could almost be anywhere.
yeah.
Except, of course, for Lord Pepsi, which probably can make a landscape best guess based off what we can see right now. What is this? Is this a goat in the car, or what was that?
What?
Never mind, probably not. Just
Hmm.
I don't know. The back door
Ah.
was open.
Hmm. But yeah, the moving bugs really hurting tall here. I'm sure Lord
Hurt.
Pepsi went through the same
Yeah.
thing if he went in this direction. But yeah, that's not gonna be very nice. To be fair, the one good thing about this would be you don't have to look for smaller roads. You can almost assume that this would be like a numbered road. And
Yeah.
yeah, and we do have a sign here.
Probably not useful, but we'll see.
Yeah, unless you know what it says.
Not sure why the sign is blue and not yellow.
Hmm. Maybe that's a hint. Maybe that. Uh,
Maybe
uh,
we're close to a border.
could be. It might be some kind of meta that Lord Pepsi knows.
Thor certainly doesn't seem to know anything like this.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is just very tough, where you can't find any information. Half
Yeah,
because of the moving bug and half because it's a very rural road and with very little information.
yeah. Um, yeah, you could probably make a guess based off of the mountains, just like with the last round, but um, don't know how close you could get that. He does have rifts in the
There we have
sky.
a rift.
Maybe. Well,
He
he does.
seems to know what that means.
Yeah, well, maybe he's figured that these mountains must be the other mountain range in Montenegro.
We'll see in about 20 seconds if this meta or whatever it is works out.
Yeah. Um, doesn't he hasn't found the town yet, but he's gonna try and match the road direction in the last few seconds. Uh, yeah, let's see, and 70 kilometers
15
away,
points.
just 15 points there, and yeah, and as we can see, Lord Pepsi got 4,967 points, so not quite a perfect score, but pretty damn close. And
Did Toll go south? Did you know? Do you know that?
I think he went south. Yeah.
Yeah, because the north seems to have been better because
Yeah.
there is like a bigger intersection quite close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah,
Maybe Lord Pepsi went north and found some better information.
yeah, definitely possible. And if you went north, I think Nixitch wasn't that far, so you could have seen signs to that,
Yeah.
which would have been very useful. Okay, then. Okay. And well, this doesn't look too great. If you do find the road, it's a fairly distinctive bend, but yeah, it doesn't look like the kind of road on which you'd find a sign to anywhere really.
Maybe he'll get lucky, but in such rural places, it's not very likely. The one thing he can hope for is an intersection in the next couple of 100 meters.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll make it to that and find some good signs out there, which is not very likely because single lane mountain roads can be very long, and to find an intersection which is big enough for good signs is not that likely.
Hmm.
Yeah.
He did just cross a car, so that might be a good sign. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I mean, you basically can cross a car anywhere,
Well, there is an
literally
intersection here,
anywhere.
or is it an intersection
Yeah,
or
it is, but a
okay?
tiny one.
Yeah,
There is some information though.
yeah. There did appear
Oh,
to
and
be
there's
a
even
town
coverage
name.
going the other way.
Huh. Yeah, I think there's a town name on there. Stanica. That sounds like a town name. I wouldn't know.
Definitely. Never heard of it though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pepsi maybe probably knows where it is.
Hmm. Uh, yeah. I think. Okay, he's looking for rifts, which there is one of, and hmm, this. I don't know if he knows.
Not not looking very promising so far.
Yeah, I think he might know that, the rifts are maybe roughly in the north. That's what he's been tending towards. Um,
Maybe. I,
but
I'll um I'll look it up, but I don't think I'll find anything.
hmm. Oh, there's a sign going this way, which could be useful. Petnica. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce that, but yeah, with 20 seconds to go, looks like Paul will just do a quick search, and he's actually found it. He's found that town.
Wow, okay. That was lucky with that little time
Yeah,
left.
with 7 seconds to go, he's gonna hope that that's the right curve, and it was.
Nice, nice, nice. That's some real luck there, which he definitely needed. But unluckily for him, Laura Pepsi figured it out as well, and 5K'd it as well. So he'll not manage to um, gain enough points to catch up to Lord Pepsi in Montenegro, maybe, or no. His luck relies on getting a better score in Belgium then.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna have to make up a fair few points in Belgium if he wants to pick up a win. But um, let us see how the last round goes. Maybe if Lord Pepsi doesn't get this one, which for all we know could be very difficult, given how Lord Pepsi's been performing so far. But yeah, if he doesn't get it, then Tall could make up some points so that the round in Belgium might be a little easier for him. But yeah, we're on another mountain road. This one's even narrower than the last. Um, yeah, I don't think the chances are too great for Tall, to be honest. But you never know.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
I'm still trying to find anything about the rifts in Montenegro. There is a French tips site for the French community, which is called Super Duper,
Mm.
and it's not really working on Safari, so I'll have to open it on Chrome.
Mm. Oh, there looks to be a sign up ahead. Probably. Oh, actually, uh, I don't know if that's useful at all. Maybe Tall picked up something, uh, but this does look like a. It looks like a typical river valley, but it looks like that bridge that we just crossed would stand out. It's a fairly
Yeah, yeah,
wide
yeah.
section, so um, you know, if you do figure out which valley this would be, then could be a little
Yeah.
easier. But yeah, with 1 minute to go, it's not looking great for Tall
The
just yet.
French the French guys, by the way, have nothing on Montenegro.
Okay.
No page about Montenegro, so I'm not gonna find anything since GeoTips is not like working right now, and
Uh,
there's not really a other tip site so far.
mm, uh, okay, I Tall's just gonna scan a few valleys. He has 30 seconds to
Which
go. He's
which is probably the smart thing to do, right? He's nothing since he has no real information, and she just knows he's in the valley, and yeah, it's just the only smart thing is to search for a valley with the right direction.
Yeah, you seem to have found one that matches the direction. Whether that's the
Maybe he'll
right
get
one,
lucky.
whether that's the right one, we'll see in about 10 seconds. And well,
Ah,
that's 52
that was
points, 55 kilometers.
that was a mean one because it was really hidden in the corner of this valley there. It's not really you don't really find it there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not very look if you search for a valley, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was a tough location for sure.
Yeah. As you can see, Lord Pepsi got pretty close there, and that's 10,185 points for Tall, and Lord Pepsi with 24,345. Uh, so yeah, Lord Pepsi will go on to the Belgium round with over 14,000 points advantage. So yeah, it's not
at this
looking great.
at this point, yeah, it's probably fair to say that Lord Pepsi has already won. Um, Lord Pepsi certainly needs to blunder Belgium, which Belgium is probably too easy for, yeah, and so yeah, it's my guess is that um, Lord Pepsi is most definitely gonna win this, but we'll see in just a minute.
Yeah, it's really an uphill battle for Tall. He has way too many points to make up, but yeah, and you can have some difficult rounds in Belgium at times. You can hope. This one does not look like it's going to be one of those. We have a town name right at the get-go. Um, and well, the one thing about Belgium is that the moment you see any language, you can automatically eliminate half the country. So,
And we are in the northern half then because we've
yes,
seen some what's it called? Not
Flemish.
Dutch, but Flemish, right? Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
always I always forget the name of Flemish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
We are in a town. I mean, it's definitely gettable
yeah. And
for
well,
both of them.
there's an E-road number that's gonna be very helpful.
And we are close to Ham, which I'm always glad to be close to,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
if you know what I
which
mean.
is great. Oh, yeah, he has found Cassandra, uh, which is the main area we're around, but I don't know why he's not zooming in on it. Uh, yeah, yeah, because when we enter the town's called Holst, but it was in like the area of Cassandra. Okay, he just zoomed in on it, and yeah, Ham's up to the northeast, and there's Holst. So
Perfect.
great,
Not a
and
black screen, please.
yeah, and this should be fairly easy to pinpoint, right between.
Yeah, I mean, there's no road coming off, so it's not
Mhm.
that easy to
Yeah,
pinpoint, but
but if you have the house,
it
then you
should
can go
be,
like halfway between them,
yeah, yeah.
maybe.
You should be able to get it in 1 minute, of course.
Yeah. Uh, oh, but there's a few like open spaces that could be a little more difficult than usual.
Yeah, we'll see if he manages to pinpoint. I mean,
Hmm.
there's a house to pinpoint with and
In the south, yeah.
behind him, and
So
no house in front of him. So that already yeah points to the area he has his pin right now.
yeah, so looks like he has it. You'll spend the last 15 seconds just confirming, and yeah, the road
There's a
name
road coming
matches,
off.
and that's a 5K from him. Uh, and as we can see, Lord Pepsi dropped about 500 points. Lord Pepsi seems to have gone in the town nearby into Thunderlow. So yeah, Tall does make up 500 points, but yeah, he's got a much larger deficit to make up. So yeah, even if Lord Pepsi keeps dropping a few points like this, it's yeah, he's still gonna maintain his lead.
Yeah, definitely. That's not gonna be enough if he gets if he just loses points in the hundreds.
Yeah. Uh, and this is the kind of round Tall would want to see in Belgium. Uh, yeah, as you can see, there's not really any town nearby. Maybe a few houses, but um, yeah, not really any kind of like larger town anywhere in the distance.
Which might be a advantage for Toll,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we can assume that Toll, even though being French, um, knows Belgium way better, and if the more rural around is, the more likely it is that Toll can make a better guess.
yeah. Um, we do see some signs in Flemish, so that means we must be in Flanders. Um, yeah. If it was in Wallonia, it would have been better for Tall, but um,
Yeah, language advantage.
yeah. But I'm sure he can do just fine, even in Flanders.
At this point, he has played Belgium enough times to be decent at it, I guess.
Yeah.
While decent is not enough here, yeah, he needs to be great at it to beat the Pepsi right now. But yeah, decent is the beginning.
Yeah, and there was actually a really good sign just there, which I don't know if Tall noticed, but it was pointing to the towns of Ghent and I think Wevelgem. And those stand out pretty well on the map. So yeah, I looks like he may have missed it because he hasn't gone into his map just yet.
Yeah, maybe.
Hmm.
There's another sign if uh, it lets
It's blurred.
the game lets him read it.
But looks like he did notice it because he zoomed in on fence and uh, I don't think he took note of the other town's name. But yeah, looks like he might be going. Oh, he's trying to find the road names, I guess. Strat. Oh, and there's a
With
town name.
15 seconds with 15 seconds left,
Mm,
that's gonna be a really tough one. Yeah, in Belgium the town names are
yeah.
usually written on the street signs, which is very nice.
But oh,
Ui,
that was a bait then. That was a big bait because even I fell for that. I saw that sign pointing to Trent, and that was clearly wrong. And yeah,
wow.
so
And
69
and, and
points for Tall.
Pepsi got it somehow.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what he saw there. Maybe he moved over to the French. Maybe he went the way that led out of the country and found like a I'm not sure what, but a sign that says "Bye Belgium, hello France." I don't know, and that told him that he was gonna be close to the border, and maybe he scanned the border and found the street name. I'm not sure. Maybe
Yeah,
something like that.
could be, but with that, I think the game is okay. It's technically in Tall's hands. It's technically possible for Tall to win, but yeah, Lord Pepsi needs to like get 0 points in every round, and Tall needs to 5K, which
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
look likely at all. But yeah, definitely a Beatty round there. Tall's gonna be disappointed being so close to France and still getting it wrong, I guess. Uh, but yeah, that's not great. Oh, I skipped a little bit in, but we are in the town here, so yeah, all but lost this game. I have to say, a bit of a surprise, especially um, uh, with Doll's skill level, but Lord Pepsi has put on a brilliant fight and pulled off a bit of an upset, I guess.
Yeah, he's continuing his win streak and moving on to the finals, as we will see in a couple minutes in the results and fixtures segment. But while we are waiting for that, we still have 2 rounds, no, 3 rounds left to cast, and Toll has found a place name
Yeah,
called Iterem, which is pretty certainly Flemish.
yeah. It's actually on the
Again,
screen, towards the top of the screen. I don't think he's spotted it yet.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, and he just has. Uh, so that's good.
very unlikely that Lord Pepsi missed that though.
Yeah. So not a good uh thing for Tall. Even though it would have been harder for him, I'm sure he would have preferred more rural rounds in the middle of nowhere because that would maximize his chances.
Yeah, not sure why he's going all the way back from the start to the location that he saw the sign.
Mm.
Um, I
Maybe he
think it would have
forgot
been possible
which
to,
direction
yeah, maybe.
was.
I think it would have been possible to pinpoint it with the street name close to him.
Mm.
And the
Uh,
distinctive curve to the east, right?
yeah, I think he may have been looking for that, but couldn't find a road that fit, which is why he started going back in that direction.
Possible. And that's hard to read as well.
Mm. Uh,
He
hmm.
doesn't seem too happy with his pen there.
Yeah, I've actually
Um,
just spotted where the right location is, and I think
okay.
yeah, it's a bit of a, it shows up as a bit of a smaller road on the map, I think. But he did enter the town from the north, and I think he's maybe like forgotten that a bit. And yeah, 4,675 points. He did have the right town, uh, but Lord Pepsi got a better guess. Ooh, went a little too quick. Lord Pepsi got 4,009 something.
Which makes it mathematically impossible for Toll to win.
Yeah. So yeah, even though we have 2 more rounds to cast, yeah, the congrats are in order for Lord Pepsi making it to the finals on his first ever World Cup right here.
Yeah, definitely nice to see a newcomer to the World Cup doing great and making it to the finals. Not a complete newcomer to the community, of course. He's played in the Map Battle League, as we know by now. If you have watched previous casts and shows, but
Mm-hmm.
it's still very nice to see him doing that well.
Yeah. Um, I'm sure this is a bit of a consolation for Tall, but after 3 rounds in Flanders, he is now in Wallonia, in the French-speaking part of Belgium. So he'll probably feel a little bit more at home right
I
now.
think Rochefort is
Yeah,
a
yeah,
town
it
that
shows
I
up.
know.
It's on his map. It shows up pretty far up.
Yeah, yeah. I was, yeah, as I said. Oh, Bouillon. I think I know Bouillon as well.
Mm.
Um, but I
And
don't remember where they are.
mm, but actually,
If
something that'll really, so he's from Dinant, and I don't know if he noticed it, but the other town, Givet or Givet, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's actually in France, so that could help figure out where he might be. He's found a road number.
There's a row number, which is always great. And he saw an ad, like an ad poster with Namur on it, which makes him think we are close to Namur, but I'm not that sure about his idea.
Yeah.
I think the safe thing to do is search for the N95T.
Yeah, and he found the
Yeah, I think.
N95, not the N95D, but close enough, I suppose, for the moment.
I'm not sure what the D stands for. Maybe like diversion or something like that.
Could be, yeah. But actually, one of the signs does point to like the industrial region of Borang. I don't know how you pronounce that.
Me neither, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
Borin, probably, something like that.
But it looks like he has found it because the train line nearby does help. Yeah, he seems to have found it. Pretty distinctive 90-degree bend
Yeah.
with the roundabout to the north.
That just gotta be it.
And time runs out, and he's not even gonna wait. There, he knows he's lost at this point.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
disadvantage for playing second, like if you're gonna win, it's always really exciting to see that you're maybe gonna win. But if you're also really suspenseful, but if you're losing, it's a bit frustrating because you already know you're gonna lose and maybe you're not gonna be the best and give the best, and maybe you're a bit frustrated as well.
Yeah.
So it's always better to be. I think I always like to play first because I have no idea what the other player's doing. So that doesn't influence my performance at all.
Yeah. Okay. We did see Lord Pepsi did 5K that last round as well. And we go into the final round of the season, unfortunately for Toll. And we're back in Flanders, so yeah. Toll definitely would have liked some rounds in Wallonia, where he would have had a bit more of an advantage, but this is what he's gonna have to make do with.
Yeah, that's the random draw, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Not much to do there.
Yeah, 4 rounds in Flanders, 1 in Wallonia.
A bit biased,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, he'll make the best out of it, I guess. I hope.
Yeah. And well, he's found a main road. This is definitely gonna help. I actually would have expected to see a sign telling you what road number this is, but apparently not. I actually don't know if it even has a road number, to be honest.
Yeah, it probably has. Probably
Mm,
has.
yeah. Uh, Pretty
For a
busy
second, I
road
got
though. Yeah.
yeah. For a second, I got baited by this blue sign to the
Mm-hmm.
right.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, finally some good information. Oh, never mind. Just an arrow.
Yeah. It does keep catching me out in Russia. They have similar sort of signs on their highways.
And the traffic jam on the other lane.
Does not look fun. And there's a sign, and it tells you we're on the N19.
Numbered road for sure. And I
Yeah,
think N19 might be findable.
yeah.
1 second, 1 second. Yeah, that was my dad.
Mhm. Okay, I'll rewind like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, and does look like there's a it looks like there might be like a bridge or something ahead, but I don't know. It's very um pixelated, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
And Tall just gonna go into the map. Um, I don't. He doesn't seem to know what town we're in. Probably just gonna try and make an educated guess.
Probably.
Yeah,
Doesn't really matter, so
yeah,
but he still tries his best, which is really honorable. Not everyone would do that,
yeah.
knowing they have already lost.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
The road angle doesn't really match there.
uh, but he's pretty close. I mean, not close for Belgium. Uh, but he did kind of have the right area, I guess. And
Yeah,
that'll be 15,957 points for Tall and 23,605 for Lord Pepsi. So, yeah, Lord Pepsi picked up a very decisive win over Tall right there. And yeah, that makes it fun, as we'll see in the tables in just a second. Uh, yeah, there we go.
that's it. Yeah, Calamity and the match between Calamity and Shumi was the other semifinal, which Calamity won conveniently. I'll just pull up the sheet really
Mm-hmm.
quick, so I can tell you what happened there.
Mm-hmm.
I meant the rounds there.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, in Nigeria, if it would load, yeah, thank you. Shumi beat Calamity by about 1,000 points, 1,500 points probably. I'm bad at math. Apologies for that. There were 2 rounds in Lagos, 2 rounds in Abuja, and 1 round in Oni Onitsha. No
Mm-hmm.
idea how to pronounce it, which is between Benin City and Enugu, a bigger city, with very few coverage. But Shumi only 5K'd 1 round, and the others were very close to 5Ks. And Calamity, on the other hand, missed. Missed 1 round in Lagos. Well, he clicked in Lagos just on the very other end, so he missed
Okay.
a couple points there. So yeah, that match was pretty close, and then came down to the Kyrgyzstan seed, which definitely went in favor of Calamity, of course, because he made it to the finals. Congrats, by the way. Yeah, Calamity got 23K points and Shumi 16K points. A convenient victory there, which adds up to about 5K points in total win over Shumi for Calamity. The Kyrgyzstan seed was easier than most of the previous ones we had, because in most of the seeds before, Calamity missed 1 or maybe 2 rounds completely, and in this game he was pretty good with above 23K points. And yeah, Kyrgyzstan is known to be quite mean for players that don't know it very well and maybe not practiced or didn't play it that much as Shumi here. And so yeah, Calamity had the map advantage there, and he used it and won very deservedly.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, kind of two opposite ends here, with Calamity and Shumi only being separated by about 5,000 points, which is pretty low, especially for the difficult-ish maps that they had. And meanwhile, Lord Pepsi won by almost 22,000 points over Tall. So yeah, kind of opposite games in terms of scores here. Going into the final week, we have our finals between Lord Pepsi and Calamity. Both very similar flags there, I might add. Uh, but then we also have a third place matchup between our runner-ups in these two semifinal games. Those are Tall Impala and Shumi. So we'll see how they do on their match as well.
Yeah, I'd favor for the final. I'd favor Calamity over Lord Pepsi, as I favor Toll over Lord Pepsi, which didn't go according to my predictions. But yeah. By the way, there's going to be a third map played in the finals battle for third, which is also randomly drawn, a country that no one's representing, and that's going to be really interesting. Maybe not, because maybe they're both gonna suck at it. It's gonna be Indonesia, which is really hard, and I think finals worthy. I think, yeah, I have actually no idea how they're gonna perform on this. I've not heard that anybody of them have any idea how to play Indonesia. So yeah, that's gonna be very interesting to see how they're gonna do in Indonesia. But I'd favor Calamity over Lord Pepsi for the finals. What do you think?
I think it could honestly go either way. I mean, Lord Pepsi has been at the top of his form, as we saw, just unseated Tall Impala. And all three of their maps, I think, could really throw curveballs. And yeah, the scores could go any way on either match. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a game where Calamity beat Lord Pepsi in Montenegro, Lord Pepsi beat Calamity in Kyrgyzstan, and Indonesia would go either way. So um, I think that's going to be really interesting to watch.
Indeed, yeah. And the battle for bronze between Toll and Shumi is also going to be an interesting one. I'd say they're pretty much equal in skill, in my opinion, and I'd favor Toll a bit, maybe. Shumi has also played in every season of the World Cup so far, but he didn't do so well so far. This is his best performance um, in the World Cup so far. So yeah, I'd favor Toll because of this, but not only.
Mm.
Um, well, the map advantage is certainly on Shumi's side because Nigeria is harder than Belgium. But I think Nigeria is practicable enough for Toll to get a decent score there, and it might come down to Indonesia here. We'll see.
Yeah, I think that game could definitely come down to Indonesia. Um, but yeah, we have two very interesting matchups in our final week of the World Cup. Definitely made a bit more interesting by the inclusion of Indonesia in there. That definitely shaken things up a bit. But yeah,
Definitely, yeah.
yeah, that is going to do it then. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for our final cast next week.
Yeah. Bye bye.